All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another broadcast here on the live stream. I'm Dr. Phil. Thanks for being with us here today. I did want to do a little bit of an impromptu pop-up today just because I wanted to bring you a special guest, share with you some important information. We just came off of a tremendous event at the Cal Chiro Fall Conference. Great speakers, great venue, got really good reviews from everybody in terms of the speaker list and the venue and all that. So hopefully try to do everything I could to make it a worthwhile experience for everybody. So hopefully that was the case. But more importantly, I wanted to bring you a special guest today because I had the opportunity to interact with him or have had the opportunity to interact with him a little bit lately around something that he's doing. But more importantly, I think the topic that we want to talk about is the importance of being in the room, because that's what I really felt. I kept thinking about that so much so when we were at our event. So let me bring on Dr. Paul Reed here for us today. There he is. Can you see me?
Hey, Doc. Absolutely, buddy. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, I don't know if anybody doesn't know you. I'd be surprised if they don't, but just give us a quick little intro of yourself and, what you're doing and what you're all about.
Yeah, man. So Paul Reed, up in the Pacific Northwest, 28 plus years deep into our profession. Had a handful of offices, 5 offices that I exited on in 2019, and now just mentoring and inspiring coaches and for docs through coaching and mentorship. And yeah, and then, as we really want to talk about being in the room, Chirofest. This is year 15 of my event. We started. Chirofest, and then inspiring docs to play bigger. So
awesome, dude. I mean, I know firsthand what it takes to put on events. So it's a monumental effort.
It is. It's a wedding repeatedly over and over again. I just finished my son's wedding last weekend, and I'm done. And I'm stubborn enough to have another event, another wedding, here 2 weeks later.
Yeah, you might need to have a checkup from the neck up right there, man. So.
Yeah, I'm subluxated somewhere for sure.
But yeah, let's talk about that. Because I think, like you said, or we were talking just a little bit about a lot of new chiropractors or just chiropractors in general are struggling to succeed, to make a living, to capitalize on their investment that they made on themselves. So talk a little bit about, the foundation that you see for people that are being successful in chiropractic and what others might be able to do, some bullet points.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, we've gotten, and it's unfortunate, but we've gotten further and further away from our roots of who we are as chiropractors, right? I think quote unquote, our philosophy. We've gotten away from the principles of how to practice, of communicating those principles, of, keeping ourselves deeply rooted and deeply connected to those principles on the daily,
Sure.
And including in our personal lives. If you look around there, I think there's a lot of chiropractors that themselves are not getting checked regularly yet. They're preaching and teaching and hoping their practice members will do the same. And that's just complete incongruence. Which will lead to destruction over time. And so first and foremost, I think docs got to lean back into who we are. Like that is our unique selling proposition, the subluxation, correcting the subluxation, the detection and correction of that is what separates us. There's so many other models and professions wanting what we have and own and do. And if the further we dilute, water down, get removed from the subluxation, the harder it is going to be for us to separate and distinguish who we are and to make an impact, truly. You're involved in the school and have been as I was. And if we look, quote unquote, our numbers are progressively decreasing over the last handful of years, 5 or 6 years, the enrollment is going down. And there's multiple things that do with that. But I think a lot of chiropractors see it as you mentioned, school is, my son's just getting ready to finish up in March, and school is expensive.
Yeah.
It is a big lift. And if they don't own who they are, they're going to get out and they're going to struggle. And so that's, again, I think the key, one of my, there's multiple things, but, some of the successes I've been blessed with is I surrounded myself with the right people. I got mentorship.
Yeah.
I kept my core why at the top of mind so that I was, when things got hard, and it's not if, it's just when and how often things are going to get hard. Like life is not easy. And if you're doing big things, it shouldn't be easy. And so it's keeping yourself anchored to your purpose, to your mission regularly. And again, is chiropractors. It's not for the faint of heart, and it's not, it's not for those that are unwilling to swim upstream a little bit for better, So,
well, I always talk to my students about confidence and certainty, right? That's the old Parker concept, right? How do you feel like people can help improve their confidence and certainty in what they're doing?
One, dig into our principles. So many of them aren't making the time to understand who they are and the benefits that they can provide people. And so if you're quote unquote, I like to use the word studying, because it shouldn't be studying. It should be something that you're willing to do because it's what you do. The more that you own and get the research, understand it, learn it, that's going to build that confidence and certainty when you're communicating with a practice member or potential practice member, or the doc that's unaligned with you down the street that you're trying to inform and educate why he needs to refer people to you. And so that the more that you dig in and understand our core principles and the benefit of checking and detecting subluxations, the more powerful you can communicate to people.
And that's why I love events like what you've put together, is because it creates a forum to allow people to increase their confidence and certainty, whether it's on science or whether it's on philosophy or whatever, even the art, those kind of things. And so talk to me a little bit just about, let's talk first of all about some of the speakers that you have there and some of the content that you'll be offering.
Yes. 100%. Again, I'm wearing the hat, or this year we had 3 hats this year, but rise up again. I think
I like that hat, by the way. I'm gonna have to get one a little bit.
Thank you. Yeah. So, this year, that's our theme. And again, I chose that theme because we are on the decline. We are not rising up. Our tagline at Chirofest is honor the past, preserve the future. And I want my kids to know and understand chiropractic the way that I know and understand chiropractic, and more importantly, have it available to them. Yeah, because we are raising up more chiropractors, and and you're similar to me in our season of our career. We need to, that next generation needs to start doing things to keep us where we're at. And so again, we're year 15, going to have an amazing lineup. Let me pull it up so I don't skip anybody. Got Jen and Simon Flaherty coming across the pond to teach some pediatric stuff. Heidi Havoc, obviously research. Deed Harrison's coming. Your new president, Life West new president, Dr. Peter's going to be speaking. Eric Naputi, an amazing chiropractor from the Midwest that most folks really don't know his story about. He put a stake in the ground against the government and the whole COVID stuff, and pretty much took one for the team. And I'm excited for him to share what's coming. Lacey Neville, Elise Rigney, Fred Schofield, right? When honor the past, we got to have some of our
the Rhino.
Yeah, right. Got to have our docs have been around, and so many more. Super excited bringing in, again, because like you mentioned, our art is important. And so we're doing having the Chiropractic team come in on Thursday night for extra CE and sharpening your adjusting skills. So they're doing that on Thursday night. Dr. Sam's Collins on Sunday is going to be doing some continued ed with billing and coding on Sunday for those that want it. So again, it's science, art, and philosophy. We try and bring it all together in one area. And the room elevates you. Just being in the presence of other like-minded docs that are succeeding, it's gonna help you anchor back to your why. Because what we do, or as Fred would say, develop your rhino skin. Because life is not like you gotta develop that little bit of rigidity and be able to accept rejection, and knowing that's just because that person said no doesn't mean it's not never. Like it's just not now. And just getting in the room. Iron sharpens iron, opening your mind, especially these newer practitioners that aren't, again, I think one of my keys to, growth continues is I'm always putting myself in room around people that are doing the same or better than myself, which is stretching me to think different, which is going to change my actions, which is going to change my outcomes. And so these younger docs that are, new into their career, like getting to these events are going to inspire you to want to do bigger, greater things. And I as a philosophical, principled chiropractor, I think we need to be doing, going to events regularly just to keep ourselves dipped in the principle of who we are, because it is tough out there.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about some like the networking opportunities possibly that will be there for new graduates or even, students and things like that.
Again, we host similar. It's everybody is in one big giant room. And so you're going to be the speakers, all the other attendants. We'll have over 700 people there. So you'll have an opportunity to, rub shoulders with, shake hands, hug, 52 exhibitors that are bringing some of the latest technology that, again, you're going to be able to see things that are coming out that are cutting edge. I know AI is the new tagline and trend that everybody's excited about. So, a few of our, Aloha and some of our other vendors are obviously the top of that. Deed just came out with some cool stuff that he's going to be sharing as well. So yeah, it's lots of opportunity. Again, it's family, right? There's docs that bring their kids, which I would encourage you, if you are planning on coming, bring your kids, like get them around so they know that you're not the only crazy one. Like there's hundreds of thousands of people that are crazy just like you. And you never know, when that child's going to get inspired to want to chase and pursue chiropractic. So,
well, I'm actually coming out there with ChiroTouch to do
nice.
A couple of different things, and their new AI feature on their software, it's going to blow people's mind, man. I'm super excited about it, and I'm having a chance to demo it right now in my office, and I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised at what they see.
It's pretty nuts, the stuff that's coming out. It's cool.
Oh, I just smile when I'm taking notes, and I don't have to touch the keyboard. So
right, exactly.
It's unbelievable, man.
Especially us older guys that don't like that keyboard very much.
If my dad gets a hold of this, he might practice another 50 years.
He's going to come out of retirement, keep on keeping on.
Oh, he hasn't retired yet. He still shows up 4 mornings a week. I tried to fire him, awesome. But he just kept showing up. So I wanted you to tell us a little bit about what you're doing as far as mentorship goes, and some of the opportunities you have for people to connect with you and that kind of thing too.
Yeah, man. So I have the Unstoppable Chiro. It's a group of docs. We meet and train every Monday night. Obviously have all the modules and other things, but I'm in a position. Chiropractic blessed me beyond belief. As it has you, and you've seen it in your dad's life, and I'm in a position where I get to do this. I don't have to do it. Like I think it's chiropractic's in my DNA, and I want more chiropractors to be able to experience all that chiropractic can provide for them on all foundations in their life, not only practice success, but life success. And so I'm just really, doing my best to inspire, encourage, and help these docs build the habits, build the rhythms, build the knowledge, build the skill set to really grow their, themselves personally, but then that trickles over into their practice so that they can, again, I believe when a doc, I've referred multiple people to school. And I think it's because when that was part of my rhythms in my practice. Like, when I was practicing, asking every child that was a teenager, I'm like, you ever thought about chiropractic? You make a great chiropractor. And just when you're successful and other patients see your success, they're going to like, man, that's what's he doing? Like, that might be a great career opportunity for me. But if you're low energy, you're not successful, you're not teaching and preaching the chiropractic message, nobody's going to be inspired to want to be a chiropractor. And so the more successful chiropractors are, the greater our profession is going to be. And so really, that's kind of my MO behind it. Yeah,
it is true that the blessing of an inspired life, man, is it's something else. And to share that, I think as you're just talking about that, that's what came to mind, is like the blessing of an inspired life is what I want to communicate to people. So that's awesome. Well, how do people connect with you if they, want more information about what you're doing and that kind of thing?
Yeah. So my Insta is probably my most, at Dr. Paul Reed Official is probably where I get most, or Paul Reed on Facebook. My website's drpaulreed.com if they want to go there to connect, but I'm super available. Just message.
Excellent. I'll put it in the chat too, so people can see it, and it's there. They'll be able to check it out later. And then tell us about the event a little bit, as far as where is it, when is it, all of that kind of stuff. How they get tickets if they want to. Yeah,
so it's in the Pacific Northwest, Vancouver, Washington, most southern part of Washington. So you'd actually would fly into Portland, Oregon, and then it's like a 12 to 15 minute drive across the Columbia River over to the other side. And so we're flying there again, year 15, 8 to 6 full days, Friday and Saturday. But then, like I mentioned, we added in a Thursday night, some technique stuff with Dr. Patrick from the Centropy team. And then on Sunday, we had another 4 hours with billing and coding with Sam Collins. And so, so it's coming up. It's the 18th through the 21st. So next weekend, we're like, whatever that is, 11 days out from here. So it's right here. Yeah.
And what's the website? Tell us the website.
Chirofest.org.
Okay. .org. That's good. I'm glad I asked you to make sure.
Both work. .com works too, but both.
Okay. All right.
The official one is, it just pushes to the .org.
I almost made that mistake and booked a flight to Vancouver, Canada.
So we've had that happen in the past. People are getting confused. We're the other Vancouver,
right.
And Heidi Havoc coming, she had promoted it and thought her team thought it was BC, and so they had to do a quick course correction for some of her people. So
I love Heidi. I'm looking forward to seeing her, and she's doing such amazing things,
awesome.
For our profession, and just the amount, some of that stuff, that's cutting edge stuff. So if you guys can make it out to the event, I know you'll get your money's worth. It'll be a great experience, both from a networking perspective, education perspective, and like you said, just kind of getting dipped in the philosophy of chiropractic once again.
100%. And I went through the arduous, expensive process of getting California CE. So we do have that available for those California docs.
God bless you. I could tell you that I've recently met with the board of examiners here in California, and they are very sensitive to how much it costs out-of-state providers like yourself. So hopefully you'll be seeing those costs come down in the future and make it more accessible and that kind of thing. But even more reason why I wanted to support you and let folks know in our association, what you're doing for chiropractic and, to support Californians and chiropractic in California. So
we got to rise up.
So much.
It's one of the biggest states. I think I don't know the total number of chiropractors in California, but I think it's one of the more populated chiropractic states, isn't it?
Yeah, we're just close to like 11,000 now. But, one time we had close to 12. So certainly we got some work to do, in that regard. But I think, I was really encouraged by our fall conference that we just had, the quality of speakers, the environment, the community of support that we created, just the energy and enthusiasm was, I really enjoyed it. And I think if you ask folks that were with us, they enjoyed it too, which I know
Cindy
is going to be part of what you bring. So
yeah, Cindy said it was amazing. She was there. Yeah.
Awesome. Good. Well, thanks so much, man, for being on, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. Awesome. If anybody needs anything from me, don't hesitate to reach out. I can connect you with Dr. Reed if need be. Like he said, I'm super accessible. You can find me either on Instagram, Facebook. Happy to give you my mobile number or any of those things.
Yeah, you share my mobile if they message you and they got questions, man.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Right on. Thanks so much, and we'll see you in a few weeks.